Yo, big up yourselves and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here and you haven't seen our videos before, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. We are on our way to 5,000, which we want to hit by the end of the year. Hopefully, with your help, that's possible. Also, leave a like and a little comment once you've watched the video, or no, just say hello. Let us know what you think and all that jazz. In today's video, basically the other day we were called out to a property. They've had a boiler serviced and the boiler gas engineer has took a ZS of the spur. Didn't know they did that, fair play. And there's no earth, basically. It's coming up with no reading. So he's tested the kitchen socket as well, no reading. Obviously we've been called, we've put our tester in, we've tested at the board, and basically it's coming up with a reading of greater than 999, which I haven't seen before. I can see the rod in the ground, I can see the cable all the way back to the board. It looks fine, but obviously it's not. I soaked the rod just to see if it had altered the reading a little bit, and it took it down to 600, which is still obviously no good. But we're going to be putting new rods in today and a new 16mm back to the board, just in case the cable's been damaged or anything like that. I don't think it has, because you can visually see it all the way around, but I'll show you in a minute. Oh, take a breath, Jack. This video is also sponsored by Tradify. Now, if you don't know what Tradify is, it is our business management app that we use for everything regarding our business, from customer databases to getting our quotes out there, to then transforming the quotes into invoices and sending them off, sent via email or text message. Customer can then click the link, get you paid, and that is the nice part. And also you can check, once you've sent the invoice off, you can go down to log and check when it's been opened, whether it's been forwarded, when they opened it, whether they've actually opened the invoice or just the email, and obviously, more importantly, whether they've paid you. But it is awesome. If you haven't checked it out, then click the link in the description for a free 14-day trial. No card needed, no nothing. Just check it out and see what you think. We really love it. It's helped me out massively. Saved me a lot of time with paperwork and things like that. If you do like it, then use code JLC50 for 50% off your first 3 months. I'm going to get the tools out, get into the job, but first of all, let's run that thing. So we've got all the power off now, all the breakers off, all of that jazz. This is our 16mm that's coming in from outside from the existing rod. So what we're going to do is disconnect that and then take a ZE from that switch there, top of the switch, which is our mains, and then that's the earth. So we've got our tester set to 2 high. We've got a crocodile clip on the disconnected earth, and then we're just going to put it on the live and see what we're getting. So as you can see, greater than 999, which is terrible. So we'll go outside, see what's going on out there. So from out here, this is just next to the fuse board, so the fuse board's there. Here's our earth that comes out, just runs across, and then it's into an earth box there, onto, this is awkward, onto the earth rod that is there. So what I'm going to try and do is get a connector onto that existing earth rod and put some more rods on top and get it a bit deeper so we can get a better reading. I did tighten that up last time I was here and obviously soaked it in water, see what we could get, but it still wasn't acceptable. So we've got earth rods, we've got connectors, and we've got a new clamp. So we're going to be putting a ring crimp on the 16mm earth, connecting it onto the nut there, tightening it down. Nice. So first thing we're going to do is disconnect the existing rod. So for that I'm using the Tool Check Plus with, what size is that? 13mm bit on the end. So we'll get this one off. He says. Get that off there, like so. And then basically what we're hoping that we can do is get one of these connectors, so threaded either end just to connect the rods together. We're going to try and twist this. Oh, if the thread's not knackered, please don't be knackered. So I tried to clean the thread off I can cut it down with the grinder, but it's only going to give me a little bit of thread then. So what I'm going to do is just bang a new rod in here, which that's the really old rod with the little 4mm or something coming off it. So I'm going to put our new rod there. So now that we've got our new location, the ground's quite soft to be fair. It's pushing in fairly easy, but what we're going to be using to drive it in is the SDS adapter from Linian that's got a thread on the end. So basically we'll turn that on, get the SDS out the van, and then this will drive it in. Make it a bit easier, not bashing it with the hammer. So then that'll be driven in. We will then extend it with our extension coupler. That on there, and then another rod on there, drive it in again. And we'll probably put two in, test what it's like, and then go for the third if the earth reading's still not acceptable. Battery's gone. Battery's gone. So we're then going to get the threaded adapter coupler, get that on. Nice and tight. And then we're going to put another one on. So as you can see, both ends are threaded, but you've got one with a spike and one that's flat. We'll get this one on now. Nice. As you can see now, we've banged two rods in, so that's 8 foot deep now. We're just going to take the SDS adapter off, like that. And then this is what we're going to be using to connect our earth cable on. So it's got thread in there, which we can thread onto the rod. We can then tighten it down with these nuts.
These nuts? Got him!
And then we'll put a ring crimp on the 16mm and trap it in between there. Nice! So I've set the crimper up now with a 16mm crimp on. We're going to put our ring crimp onto the end of the cable and then bust it. So that's crimped on there. Now I'm going to wrap some earth tape around that because I haven't got any heat shrink, and then we'll get it connected on. So we've got that taped up nice now. Let's get it on here. Now that we've got that all connected, I'm going to push our new 16 back through the hole that they'd used to the old one. That'll get us back into the cellar next to the fuse board. So now that we're in, this is our new 16mm earth from our new rod. So we'll get the end stripped on this. Tester on the same setting, too high for the ZE. Get clipped onto there and then straight onto the live. Please. So that's give us a reading of 192 ohms, which the maximum recommended is 200. If you've got 30 milliamp hour CDs or RCBOs, then it's 1669, something like that. But it wasn't giving us a reading at all before, so 192 I'm more than happy with. We'll get this in now, get the power back on, couple of ZS's on the circuits to make sure that it's reading through there properly. This has got no test sticker or anything, has it? No, so I don't know when it was tested, but we'll take a ZE anyway, and as long as we're happy with that, we can move. So here's our finished earth pot now. I've put the old lid and things back on just to save a bit of money, obviously, because of it being an emergency job. So our earth comes up, round, I'm going to tidy that up in a moment, and everything else is sweet. Well, that's sound. ZE's down to 192, I think it was in the end, which is passable. Everything's covered by an LCD anyway, so it could have been a lot higher. So that is a job well done. I've never seen that though before, never seen not a reading at all. The cable continuity from the rod over to the board was fine. The rod was absolutely solid. I couldn't get the old one out, I've had to just bury that. So I'm not sure what was happening, but fair play to the gas man who took a ZS. I did not know they had that sort of test equipment, but it is British Gas, so they've probably got everything because we're probably paying for it. Nice. But yeah, I did think that would be a lot longer than it was, so I do apologise for that. But that Linean SDS adapter for the rods is ridiculously good. I haven't been gifted it, I haven't been given it or nothing like that. I haven't been asked to do a review or anything. We just thought, well, I just thought I'd buy it and try it out for what, 25, 30 quid. The time that saves is ridiculous. I'd imagine me there for half a day hitting that with an hammer, and I'd have just struggled. I always do with earth rods, and they scare me because I always think I'm going to hit something. But on these, to be fair, on that property I knew exactly where to go because the mains is overhead like it is in most of the houses around here. We're always having power cuts and things like that when a line comes down. But everything's TT'd, and the gas, I could see it coming through the wall in the cellar, which was underground anyway, so I was nowhere near that. It was the opposite side of that little window. So yeah, that's it. Apologies for that short video, but hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, leave a little like. I think the most likes I've got is like 350. So if you can press that like button, see if we can beat it on the boring video. No, hopefully it's been all right. Big up to Tradify for sponsoring the video as well. If you haven't used that, check it out in the description. It is fantastic and it's well worth it just for the free 14-day trial, really. Even if you're not, you know, even if you've got an invoicing app that you're happy with, it's not going to be as good as Tradify. Tradify is probably our third app that we've used now, and it absolutely blows everything else out the water. It's fantastic, the time it saves us and things like that. It's mint. So yeah, big up Tradify. Link in the description. JLC50 code for 50% off your first 3 months. Also, in the last few videos, you might have noticed that young Scotty isn't here. We haven't got a lot of work on, so he's gone and done a bit of roofing. Random, but big up Scotty. Hopefully he's enjoying himself. He sounds like it when I've spoke to him. But yeah, the work's been terrible. A lot of people I've spoke to, work's terrible. Basically, we only do domestic, and I think a lot of busy contractors are working in commercial, industrial, things like that. But it's picking up now. We've had loads of quotes come in, so hopefully we win them. Sent them using Tradify. Nice. But yeah, big up yourselves for watching and returning. If you haven't already, please press that subscribe button. It does help us out massively. And again, leave a little like, leave a little comment. Let us know what you think if you'd have done anything differently. Yeah, big up yourselves. See you later. Ta-ra.